Hey YouTube, how's it going? Mevlin back here again with another Alchemy Stars video, and for this one I'll be talking about some tips and tricks all related to the Colossus. Now the Colossus is your dormitory slash living quarters slash whatever you want to call it in other gacha games, but I feel like here in Alchemy Stars it's not as intrusive. You do need to come back ever so often and make sure everything is optimal, nothing is capped, make sure your fireflies are running, your dispatches are running. So hopefully this video will guide you in making sure that Colossus is in tip-top shape. The first tip is going to be all about which buildings you should be upgrading first. Now for Bridge 1 and 2, that should be straightforward. Just follow everything here in the plot quest. It should be a really good guide in showing you how to reach all the way to Bridge 3. Now once you've reached Bridge 3, you should have something almost similar to mine. The first thing you should be building is going to be your resource station, since this allows you to farm harder stages in the resource maps. As you can see here in the resource maps, I'm allowed to do stage 3 since I've made my resource station all the way to stage 3. The next stage is locked because I will need a level 4 resource station. The next priority is going to be your prism pillar because this will give you more prisms. Prisms is stamina in this game and it's really important. Also note that once you reach a level 3 of any building, it's actually really important to go there because this will allow you to have one more unit in deployment. So after leveling my prism pillar to level 3, I am now allowed to increase one more unit here, which gives me a more prism recovery by 20%. So make sure you do not forget to add one more unit in deployment once you reach level 3. So after your prism pillar, the next one we are building is actually going to be the Lumina Grid. And the reason why we're doing that is because it will increase your firefly gain. Now if you don't know what fireflies are, it is this blue resource here in the top, and every time you craft something it requires a little bit of firefly. Now remember how I said once you hit level 3 in a building it increases your deployment slot. So let me actually upgrade this to level 3 and show you. Alright, now we've hit our Lumina Grid to level 3, we get an extra deployment slot. It's only a 5% increase for firefly gain, but that is good enough. I mean, every little thing counts. Firefly will be your bottleneck when upgrading the Colossus later on, and slowly having this early does a little bit of difference, but you know, everything counts, man. The second reason why we're doing this is that we want to be rushing bridge level 4, and to get to bridge level 4 we need 6 buildings at level 3. So with the 3 Lumina Grids, the prism pillar, and the resource and the bridge, that is 6 buildings at level 3. And if we compare the cost of upgrading the Lumina Grid to upgrading one of the bigger buildings like the dispatch table, it's almost 4 times as much. So by upgrading our Lumina Grid, we are rushing all the way to getting to bridge level 4. Once you hit bridge level 4, now your priority changes on whether or not you are trying to rush to bridge level 5. The thing to note here though is that to reach bridge level 5, you need to beat the final boss in the story, and that is going to be stage 814. It is one of the hardest bosses in the entire game. Right now I can't even 3-star it yet. I can barely 1-star this fight. So if you can't even beat this, there's no reason to rush bridge level 5. If you are planning to rush to bridge level 5, go ahead and upgrade your resource station and upgrade your 4 Lumina Grids. This will be the fastest way for you to reach bridge level 5. If you're not rushing to bridge level 5, your priority is going to be your resource station first, your prism pillar second, workshop is going to be third, dispatch 4th, starlight 5th, and then exploration 6th. In fact, I would even probably skip exploration because it doesn't seem to be doing anything. It's supposed to be increasing the number of secret territory stages that we should be unlocking. I'm not really sure if this is working right now, to be honest. I've upgraded this on my other accounts and I've heard other people say that this doesn't seem to be doing anything. Let me know in the comments if you know what upgrading this actually does, but for now I am going to be skipping this one. The next tip I will be talking about is going to be about the mood of your Colossus, and that is the coffee icon here in the top left. The easiest way to increase your mood is by making sure that you drop every single furniture that you're holding. Like right now I have some 2 chairs that could potentially increase the mood of my Colossus. Increasing the mood of your Colossus increases the frequency of your Aurorians giving you some gifts, but more importantly, it also increases the frequency of your friends visiting you. And when your friends visit you, sometimes you get some premium currency. So you gotta make sure that you drop them furniture and have your mood as high as possible as you can. Speaking of friends, make sure that you have a maximum number of friends in your friends list. I still have a couple of friend slots left, so I am in the US server. My account is 1078. If you need some friends, hit me up. The next tip is going to be about the dispatch table. The first thing is that if you see any furnitures, just go ahead and grab them. There's a limited number of furnitures right now, so you should get as many furnitures as you can. If you get lucky here in the dispatch table, you should definitely do this. It is definitely worth it. Also, if you see any 6-star missions, you should definitely do those, since those will give you the maximum amount of primo gems. Aside from that, it is on a need-to-need basis. Like the ones currently here, I don't really need forest flare powders. I have 51 of those, and I don't really need any of these red crystals, the fire essences. I have 42, so I'm not gonna do them. You don't need to do every single one, and you don't need to clear all your dispatch attempts. If you don't need the items that are currently available, you can save them for the next day. As long as your dispatch attempts are not max, you are fine. The next set of tips is going to be everything here in the workshop. The first one I want to be talking about is trading in your Colossus materials. Now, I've actually done this. I've farmed Colossus patches so I could trade them in to get more fireflies. That way I could rush my Colossus faster, and I don't think it was worth it. I spent too much stamina doing this that I could have used that stamina ascending my units, or farming gold or farming XP. I don't think it was completely worth. I could have just waited for my fireflies to slowly recover. Now, you do have a lot of excess in terms of Colossus patch 1, and at some point you're gonna have a lot of excess Colossus patch 2, because your bottleneck is going to be your Colossus patch 3. There you can trade in your firefly, but make sure you know what you're doing before you start doing this, because you don't want to be wasting your stamina on Colossus patches when you don't have to. And that's it. These are all the tips and tricks I could think of in terms of the Colossus. Hopefully this helped you guys out in making sure that your Colossus is optimally running, and maybe avoid some of the mistakes that I did. If I made any mistakes or if I'm missing something, let me know in the comments below. That way I could talk about it in the next video. But until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.